Hey, good morning, guys. Today is August 7th, Saturday morning, and I am working this 2020 Kurt Busch Monster Las Vegas Win car, and got a couple people that have requested this, Chris and Sedaris. So one of the things that's interesting about this car is, you've got your standard black, right? And you've got your regular, monster decals that go on it. But one thing that's interesting is the spoiler, for whatever reason, is like this grayish silver color. And so it's really weird. I was looking at the pictures closely, and I got the decals here. But it's really interesting because, you don't normally see that. And I was trying to just zero in to make sure that, the spoiler is kind of this grayish silver color. So the decal set comes with basically, the two decals, one for the front, one for the back. And so I kind of trim it, but inevitably it never covers the sides fully or the top, and so you kind of have to pre-paint those areas, and it's hard because it doesn't really match very well. So I kind of mixed a little bit of silver and some gray to try to see if I could get that color, but it's just going to be what it is. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a perfect match. But anyways, putting this on, trying to make it look like the race winning car as much as possible, and we'll see how this turns out. So the backside's not too difficult getting that in place. But the front side, because you have this little intersection of the spoiler with this shark fin, whatever you want to call it, you have to trim. You have to trim it. So you can see here, I cut a little notch in there. Definitely want to try to, do that. If you can see that notch I cut in there. I've done this a number of times before, and I'm trying to get it to look nice, but not bad. This didn't turn out too bad. Inevitably, I get a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, so that's not bad. But then trying to get it, to dry and to fold over nicely is a little bit of a pain. Trying to get a little bit of the water out of there. Just kind of let that dry and conform as best as I can. It's tricky. It's definitely tricky to try to do that. I really despise using spoiler decals. It just, yeah, I'd much rather paint it. But I didn't think the silver was the right color, and I didn't think my gray was the right color. So just figured, all right, we'll use the decals from Mr. Pato and go from there. Okay, got some side decals to put on here, this big one. If you saw, I like to cut little slits into the top here, so it'll kind of lay nicely over that ridge. You can see on this. See those like little cuts across there? Just down in between the letters, just a little bit. Just to get it, like I said, to lay nicely once you lay it in there. So it conforms over this quarter panel. And it works out real nice. You just don't want to cut into the lettering of the decal, because then you might have like a little, it might show a little split. You don't want to do that. Pull it just a little bit more to the right here. Yeah, we've got our men's prayer meeting here in about 15 minutes. And with my runny nose, I'm just going to use the Zoom link and zoom into the meeting. Don't want to expose too many people to my nasal discharge. It's kind of gross. Sorry. Looking at this race-winning car, it doesn't, I know, Chris, you had said, hey, try to mark it up to make it look like, what he won the race with. I don't really see a lot of marks on it. There's some marks on this side, and I think maybe like a little tire mark. But on the driver's side, it looks pretty good. It wasn't really touched much. So yeah, I'll do what I can on that passenger side, but the driver's side is not really, impacted hardly at all from what I saw. If you see something that's, that's definitely something that you want me to try to replicate, let me know. Shoot me an email. But I'm going off of the pictures of what I see in Victory Lane, and I'm not seeing a whole lot. Okay. Unfortunately, the decal for this B pillar doesn't really come out very well. You can barely see the M for the monster, and the other ones are really, really faint. I will say though that as you can see here, the signature comes out pretty good. See that? Sometimes on some of the Kurt Busch cars I've done in the past, the signature is really not good. But this one turns out pretty good. It's yeah. If I could get it in place. And we have this goofy little arrow. It's like a little red arrow down here. It goes pointing to where the jackman needs to stick his jack. The one kind of goes right over top of it. Like so. I'm so looking forward to the race on Sunday. After not having NASCAR for what was it, 3 weeks? So looking forward to the race. Watkins Glen should be a good race. Watched a little bit of the ARCA race last night. Not bad. It's good racing. So should be fun because I'm gathering the drivers. The teams have been itching too after being off for 3 weeks, and then you've got the playoffs are right around the corner, so teams are going to be pressing. Those teams that don't have a win yet that want to lock themselves into the playoffs, they're going to be pressing hard. We'll see if it comes down to points, but be very interesting. Okay, so we'll let that dry, and then I'll just have to do the other side, and that'll be that. Because of this dull coat finish that goes on this thing, it'll be probably 3 coats of sealer over the decals, and then we'll do a coat or 2 of the dull coat, and that'll be that. So, got these guys pretty much ready to go. Couple more coats of sealer and those will be done. So they turned out pretty well. Pretty happy with the way these things are. Just got to keep glossing them up, you know. This will be for you, Colton. And then I have this one with the different rims. Or tires, actually. This one will be for sale. If I don't have anybody shoot me an email here in the next day or so, I'll probably put it up on eBay. And 38 cents, no reserve. See what happens. But, alright guys, that's all for this morning. Hope you have a blessed day, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.